Again, about 14% incline right here. Look at that, the difference. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, Hill Creek Outdoors. Today, as you can see, we got more snow. We had that snowstorm that came through, gave us about 10 inches of snow. Last night, we got another additional 4. That's a good amount of snow for us here in Ohio and the central, just a little bit southern part. And, you know, one thing we want to do today is give you guys some good information on everything you need to know about chains for ATVs or UTVs. We're going to go ahead and utilize the Polaris Sportsman 400, the four-wheeler we have here, just to showcase this the best. It's going to work the same way for any type of vehicle, though. If you lose your Polaris Ranger XP1000, you name it, you can put them on tractors. So we're just going to show you how to install chains and kind of the difference between no chains when you're trying to drive in snow, especially on hills, and then the difference once you get them on there. So it's a pretty easy process once you get it down, but we're going to give you all the tools and tips you need to get the job done the right way and the most effective. So without further ado, let's show you how well this does without any chains. We're going to start with 2-wheel drive. We're going to utilize 4-wheel drive, and then we'll show you what it is with the chains once again in 2-wheel drive and then 4-wheel drive. So let's go ahead and get started. Where we're going to go ahead and do this test is right here on the hill. This is right at the top of the hill. This is probably about a 12 to 14% incline right here at the top. We did plow this off with the Coyote NS 6010 before we got that additional few inches here. So there's probably only on the driveway 3 inches maybe. So we're going to do it here and we'll show you what we got. All right, so we're stopped on this hill. We're in 2-wheel drive. We're gonna see if we can get going. Let's just do it in low gear and we'll see what happens. All right, back up a little bit, see if we can get a little running start. And that's it, guys. That's 2-wheel drive. You're not gonna go anywhere with that. All right, so now we're putting it in 4-wheel drive and let's go. This is in 4-wheel drive and still, look at there, it's still a little difficult to get going. But once we get moving here, it'll roll. We couldn't even get started in 2-wheel. All right, so here we go, guys. These are the chains, got it labeled Polaris Sportsman 400. We got 2 sets, one for the XP1000 Crew Cab Edition, along with the 4-wheeler here. We usually don't need them on the side-by-side there, the Ranger, because it has just a little bit more weight. We've never had really the need to put them on. If we get really a large amount of snow that's more than this, we might need to in the future. But as you can see from that, right, it is possible to go with 4-wheel drive, but I'm going to show you the difference once you get these chains on here. And they're not that difficult to do. So what you're going to have to do is get you a set of chains. The chains are going to be dependent on the size of your tire. So when you're searching and researching for those, make sure you know the size of your tire and you get the right chains applicable for your needs. Okay. Another thing I would recommend you getting is 2 sets of these. Okay. These are binder springs, and what they're going to do is they're going to pull the chains tight from the outside. Okay. That way they're not rattling around and it snugs things up. They're not flopping around on your tire. All right, so I got this. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure these have V-bars, okay, on the chains. Those you want to make sure are down, okay? And I'll bring you in closer once we get it on and show you. But what you're going to do is you're just going to lay these out behind. So now that we got them both laid out, we're going to back the 4-wheeler up. And you're going to back it up right on top of these chains. Right till you're in the middle or to the little bit behind there, just like that. What you're going to do is you're going to take each part of the chain and you're going to pull it up on the tire, you're going to want to make sure that these V parts of this chain are pointed up, that are going to make the most contact with the ground, especially if it's icy and snowy. They're going to kind of dig in, right? If we didn't have these boxes here and you were worried about, like, let's say concrete, you could always flip these on the other way, on the other side, and they aren't nearly as aggressive, but still give you some type of traction more than this. So we'll pull these up here, and you might have to work them around a little bit to tighten them. And then basically all you do with that is just kind of move these up a little bit, back and forth, and you're going to want to bring it nice and close as you can, just like that. We're going to have these hooks on each side, okay? There's two different types. This side, you're going to have just a normal hook. Hooks just like that. The back side, I'm going to bring you on in close, but it's a hook that goes inside, and then you're going to pull it. And it basically what it does is torques it down and pulls it real tight on that back side. And then we'll throw these here on to snug everything together. All right, so once you get back here, you're going to have this hook like this. And we're going to go ahead and put it on the third one. We've worked the chains around to where it's tight enough, but not super tight to where you can't torque it. And we're going to move this link part out of the way here. And it's just going to pull all the way down. And it will latch in like that. So it kind of curved around and latched in. All right, so here on the other side, I just want to show you this a little bit better. Here's this torquing one. It's going to go in just like this, and you're going to want to torque it down to where it connects just like so. Just give you a better visual of that, and then we'll lock this here chain up with the springs. We have the springs here. We're going to hook all 5 corners. I'm sorry. Actually, it's 4. I was wrong. I like to put this over here so it doesn't rattle, and we will bring this tight like so and latch it right in. It's probably going to go right here, and this can be a little difficult, so you will struggle a hair there, and we'll get it all evenly pulled. So you may have to do a little bit of adjustments here just so it's pulling the right way, evenly across the whole tire. You don't want it pulling too much on either spring. I think that's good enough right there. So there you go. There's both sides. That's what the chains look like once they're on. You could also, if you really wanted to, you could deflate the tires and they might go on a little bit easier. You might be able to get them a little bit tighter once you pump the tires up, but you really don't need to do that, especially if you have these springs. So that's what we like to do, just quick and easy, and we're ready to go. Probably take you about 10 minutes in and out. So we went down here, right here beside the other tracks. I want to show you the difference between with chains and without chains on the tracks. So here's without chains. See how nice the knobs, the grooves from the tires are. And here it's really chopped up here. And this is just by going down, fresh snow. So you can actually see the chain marks right there where those teeth are going in. All right, so they're digging in and doing their job, which is what you want. Just want to show you here. The track is going to be that first one there. So there's the track without chains. And then you can see the track with the chains. This is rear wheel drive only with chains on. Same spot. I'm going to try to go in a place where there has no tracks, and we'll see what happens. Once again, about 14% incline right here. Look at that, the difference. I mean, you guys can see that difference right there, right? I mean, you don't even need four-wheel drive. The only reason you would put four-wheel drive on, here, let me put it on right here, is maybe to help you steer a little bit. But I mean, here's four-wheel drive. All right, taking off on the hill. Let me take it out of four-wheel drive. All right, that's out of four-wheel drive. And still, look at that. Not the same. Let's try something even more. This right here is about 10 inches of snow. I'm on the side of a hill here where it's kind of drifted a little bit in this little ditch system. Two-wheel drive, low range with just the chains. Spun a little bit. Look. And there you go. So there you go, right up that ditching system. That is just phenomenal. And that tells you right there, guys, that chains sure do make a difference. If you have a set or you don't have a set, I would recommend you getting some just in case you do need some. Never know. But hey, I hope you guys learned something, took something of value. And for all things country, take it easy, and until next time here on Hill Creek Outdoors, we'll see ya.